he has beaten quite a substantial number of impressive foes. Today we're going to talk about 12 heroes that Batman has beaten. First off is the Justice League. Now we all know that Batman likes to have contingency plans for everything. But unlike most heroes, he doesn't just limit himself to his villains. Bruce has countless strategies mapped out for taking out his own friends and fellow Justice Leaguers. Worse yet, those plans were actually put into action and took out the Justice League. Now each member of the League was subjected to their biggest weakness: fire against Martian Manhunter, Aquaman being made aquaphobic, liquid nitrogen to freeze Plastic Man, Green Lantern being blinded by his own ring, a vibra bullet inducing seizures against the Flash, Wonder Woman being trapped in a virtual reality against an unbeatable opponent, and Superman being rendered helpless by red kryptonite. It was actually Ra's al Ghul who actually utilized these plans to defeat the Justice League, but it was Batman who came up with them, and if Bruce had ever implemented them, he would have taken out the Justice League. The Hulk. Now most people would assume that Batman has absolutely no real shot against the Hulk. I mean, the Hulk Green Goliath has beaten characters like Thor or Sentry before. Rather than trying to overpower the Hulk, Batman utilized chemicals in the air that would render the Hulk unconscious if he inhaled them. The Hulk isn't a total idiot though, and tried to hold his breath to avoid his defeat. Batman was able to kick Hulk in the gut, causing Hulk to inhale and putting him down for the count. Jason Todd. During the end of the Hush storyline, Jason Todd is resurrected, understandably angry at the Caped Crusader. But Todd was the apprentice for a reason, and Batman proved that there are plenty of things that the former Robin needs to learn in order to get the chance to beat Batman. Green Lantern. So this might be one of those famous fights on this list: Batman versus Guy Gardner. So Gardner is notorious for his abrasive personality, rubbing Justice League members the wrong way, and just overall being a general grade A asshole. So when Guy stepped up to Batman during an argument, a famous moment in comics was born. To everyone's astonishment, Batman punched Green Lantern right in the face, bringing him down to the ground with just one punch. Lex Luthor. So I know what some of y'all are thinking, Lex Luthor isn't a hero, but that hasn't always been the case. In the New 52, after the Crime Syndicate tried to take over the Earth, Lex Luthor joined the Justice League. Now in Robin Rises Omega issue number 1, Batman was trying to recover the body of his deceased son, Damian Wayne, when some unwanted help arrived in the form of the League. Shazam inadvertently prevented Batman from following his son's captors, and in his rage, Batman began pummeling Shazam. It didn't seem to hurt Billy physically though, it more just hurt his pride. Right as Bruce was calming down, Lex, still being somewhat of a dick, couldn't resist provoking Batman. Lex became the next target of Bruce's rage, and he fared far worse than Shazam, being left in a broken heap on the ground. The Punisher. Out of all the Marvel DC crossovers, this one might be one of my favorites, just because of how these characters have such a strong ideological difference. Bruce refusing to kill and cross that line, and Punisher will use torture and lethal force, really whatever is needed to put down a criminal for good. In the Deadly Night story, Frank Castle is hunting down the Joker, and is about to put a bullet in his head before Batman jumps in to stop him. Punisher gets one good hit on Batman, but that's it. From there on out, it's all Batman's battle, and he sends Punisher running back to New York City. Catwoman. Out of all the heroes on this list, few have clashed with Batman as often as Catwoman. The encounters between the two usually have an undertone of flirty playfulness to them, like they enjoy each other too much to give it their all. But sometimes Batman doesn't play around, like during the Hush storyline, when Batman is finally ready to kill the Joker. Catwoman tries to stop him, but Bruce attacks a gunshot wound from earlier, putting her down quickly and viciously. Nightwing. During Batman's first encounter with the Court of Owls, Batman learned that his assailants have special seals hidden in their mouths, and he even suspected that the original Boy Wonder might have one as well. In order to test his theory, and to prove to Nightwing what's really going on, Bruce got one quick punch in and knocked Dick's tooth out. revealing a Court of Owls emblem and putting Dick down for the count. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As most crossovers go, when Batman and the Ninja Turtles first crossed paths, they had a fight due to a misunderstanding. You might think that the Turtles had the clear advantage with it being 4 against 1, but Batman was actually far better equipped and trained. The Ninja Turtles were being thrown about and knocked around until Splinter broke it up with a smoke bomb. The heroes didn't hold a grudge though, and actually admired Batman for how skilled he was at fighting. Green Arrow. Now these two heroes have had their scuffles throughout the years, but the most iconic one was in Batman Superman issue 14, where the two iconic characters had abused their powers and actually became oppressive dictators. In this issue, Batman offers up the still good-hearted Green Arrow to Superman for his birthday, and the two begin to beat the hell out of their former ally. Green Arrow is able to temporarily put Superman down with a kryptonite arrow, but that's when Batman attacks. The two fight, and it looks like they both might die, but then Superman swoops in and takes out Green Arrow with his heat vision. Captain America. This is just another Marvel hero to fall to the bat in the DC vs. Marvel Comics crossover in the 90s. But this fight is different from all the rest on this list. As you see, it was voted on by the fans, and that's what gave Batman the victory. In the fight, Batman and Captain America were so evenly pitted against each other that neither was able to get in a clear shot to put the fight away. The fight lasted for hours and ended really rather stupidly, with a batarang knocking Cap down a sewer, giving Batman the victory. Finally, we have Superman. Now these two heroes have had several iconic fights throughout the years, like in Hush and The Dark Knight Returns, but the most obvious beatdown was in the movie Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. In this fight, Batman's gadgets prevailed, and when all the smoke cleared and the battle was over, Superman was the one lying helpless in the rubble, while Batman was the one standing victorious with a kryptonite spear. It was only through bad screenwriting, Batman's mercy, did Superman survive. So that's it. There we have 12 heroes that the Caped Crusader has taken down. What do y'all think? Is there anybody that I missed? Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Also, I've created a new channel called Danco Reviews, where we're just going to talk about movies, one of my favorite things. So if you want to go over there and check out my review for Doctor Strange and the new Wonder Woman trailer, the link is right over there.